I wanted to share with you something a little different than I typically talk about on my channel here. Today I'm not going to talk about the stock market or how to best trade the crypto market or commentary on that. Instead, I'm just going to take some basic ideas that I got from this book, Unknown Market Wizards by Jack Schwager, and just basically how do you apply this stuff to your life. I was just having a conversation with somebody about how they're trying to make this 180-degree change in their life. They've been doing something the same way for 20-some years. Money has been plentiful, made a lot of money, and then, of course, COVID and a couple other things, and, just has lost steam and enthusiasm to do it. And they want to go down a different direction. But, of course, we all have that mind game we play with ourselves about money and about making that the main focus, and instead of making what we're excited about and the passion we have for something the main focus. And it is super hard just to up and quit something, and not knowing what is going to be down the road and what could happen is really unnerving for a lot of people. And I think I was having this conversation with a friend last week about who is also at this interesting point in their life, 60, just turned 60, is been doing the same thing and just cannot get out of this depressive state, and is wanting to flip the script, change the, turn the channel, go to the next chapter. And he asked me, how did you do it? How did you just one day decide, after 20-some years as a financial advisor, say, I'm not going to do this anymore, and up and leave? And in 3 months later, have sold the business and no longer a financial advisor, no longer have that identity. How do you do that? And he's like, do you have to, he was like, do you have to work? And I was like, I'm good right now. I said, but my internal system wants to create, and if that means I get paid with it, fantastic. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, I've got to make a living at some level, but I don't have to make a living like I used to. And what I said to him, I said, well, it's really simple. Years ago, I did a book study with a friend, a very devout Baptist, who was trying to get me to go that way, and so we did this book study. It was Max Lucado's Traveling Light book, and I'm not going to get all religious on you here, just to let you know, so please don't drop off. But in the book, we would get together like every Thursday at coffee, and the night before I'd flip through each chapter and just read through it so I could have a conversation. And I got to this chapter about burden, and basically the chapter was, these are your shoulders, and we as humans carry burden on them, and over the years some of us just pile more and more and more and more of this burden on our shoulders, and it weighs us down. It stops us from achieving what great things we have envisioned for ourselves. It stops us from taking risk. It stops us from jumping off the highest diving board at the pool. It's fear, and it's obligation, and all this. And I read the chapter, and I looked at Brett, and I said, man, is this real? And he's like, yeah. He says, God has greater shoulders than you, and they, he, what pronoun you want to use, can carry that. You are not designed to carry that. So you can make a choice, and that is to offload that burden and say, you know what? In my particular situation, God, it's yours. I ain't doing this anymore. I ain't carrying burden. I'm not going to worry anymore. I'm not going to stay up night sweating this, that, and the other. I'm just not carrying anymore. So when it comes and it starts piling up on my shoulders, I'm just going to say, God, take it. It's yours. I'm out of here. I'm going on. I'm going to go live life. And I told him, I was like, yeah, my buddy was like, yes, that's it. It's all you have to do. And it's a practice. It's a process. Every time you get laid up with something that weighs you down, you just say, in my case, God, it's yours. Boom, there it is. And just do it. Be done with it. Just do it. And I was like, all right, I'm buying it. I'll do it. I'll try it. He said, just don't try it. Just do it. So we finished up, and I walked out the car, and I'm like, I was saying to myself, dude, I'm trusting you on this, and I ain't going to worry about nothing from here on out. At the time we were managing millions of dollars, multiple millions of dollars for clients. Markets were just like bam, 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 beating us up. This was like just after the a tech crash. And people are just like screaming at me, I've lost so much money and you're an asshole and it's your fault. And I was worried about it. I was scared to death, right? Bad thoughts, the whole bit. And in that parking lot, as I'm getting in my car, I was like, God, it's yours. I'm not doing this crap anymore. It's yours. I am not worrying anymore. And I haven't really worried about anything since. And the reason is because I have a foundation, I have a process, and it's really, really simple. So I share that with you as one base, one step, and that is to have a foundation, to have a belief system. And as I told my buddy last week, who is not a spiritual person, has had a lot of crap happen to him in a big way. I said, if that's in my opinion, I don't care who it is you talk to, who it is you believe in, but having some level of belief instead of just thinking you're dirt. And I had a roommate in college who thought, you're just dirt. You died and you became dirt. And that's just the way it was. And yet I look at his world and it was just volatile as can be. And he was always in a state of anger. And having a belief system of something, if it's, if you're believing God, Christian, whatever, Buddhist, Hebrew or Hindu or whatever, all of those, Jewish, whatever, just have something you believe in that you can go back to and say, listen, I can't do this by myself. You do it. You take this burden off my shoulders. And I said to him, it's just as simple as that. I said, I'm not perfect by any means. I probably have a lot of things I got to answer questions about and when I hit the pearly gates. But having the belief system really has helped me. Going back to this book, this is about traders. This is about guys who are unknown market wizards. These guys are cranking out these incredible returns. And the common theme between every chapter and every trader that's interviewed is a process, number one, on how they manage their investing, but also their life. There's a process to it. If it's from the minute they wake up to the minute they go to bed, to how they deal with stress, how they deal with wins and losses, celebrating wins and losses, both from a trading standpoint or from a personal standpoint, to just having a process to handle and deal with things. And if you think about the world we live in, we have an enormous amount of crap we have to deal with. And we have to have a process to manage it. All right, so that's my idea for the day. I know this isn't typical market stuff or crypto stuff, but I think markets represent a lot of what life is, and life is volatile, and life is wins and losses, and how your process of trading markets or anything you trade can be applied to your life. How you deal with, great days and bad days, and how you deal with people, and how you do all this. It's really applying a process to it, having a foundation, having a belief system, I think can take you to a whole new level. And over 51 years, I've discovered this and have built a process and a system. It's 80-20, 80% optimistic and 20% pessimistic. And when I get in that pessimistic zone, I try to go back to the process to find me a way to make it a optimistic situation, to find a way to get out, to achieve, to make a bad situation a positive. And it's just it's my belief system. And so I thought it was really significant in relation to the book I'm reading, The Unknown Market Wizards. I'd recommend you check it out. I believe you can click in the link below and order it off Amazon. I have it linked there. I'd appreciate that. And then I love your feedback. How do you deal with the world? How do you deal with life? And maybe some helpful tips that we all can apply to our own lives so we can have a better life, both from the investing and side of things, but also just living in general. So anyhow, there it is. Live loud and take it easy.